this guy. All right, don't worry about this little guy, he's not there. So you have 2 rows and 3 columns times by 2 rows and 2 columns. So that's a 2 by 3 times a 2 by 2. Hopefully there's a red flag going up and it says, hey, wait a minute, this guy and this guy, they're not the same. So no, can't do it. I'm not going to write all that, but you can't do it because each of these elements, your first row, being multiplied into your first column, they don't match. There's 3 elements in the first row and there's 2 elements in the first column of the second matrix. So there's not the same amount of elements for multiplication. So you can't do it. Don't do it. This nice little guy, though, says you can do it because we have 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 rows, 2 columns. So we're saying that's a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2, and they're being multiplied because they're right next to each other. So that matches that. So we can do it. And this tells us the dimensions of what it's going to be. So we know we're going to get a 2 by 2. So first row, first column, second column. All right, so we have 4 items in here. We should figure out what it's going to take to find each of them. So when we look at it, we see that first row, first column, you take the first row. Since we're looking for the red one here, this is the first row, first column. We take the first row multiplied by this first column. So that says 0 times 4 plus -1 times -2, which then is 0 plus +2. So when you add that, you get 2. That goes as your first element in your first row, first column spot. All right, so we look at this spot. This is the first row, second column spot. So first row, second column. First row of the first matrix, second column of the second matrix. Multiply element to element and add them up. 0 times -3 plus -1 times 5. So 0 plus -5, -5. The next spot we should fill in is the bottom left. That says second row, first column. So that's second row, first column. And multiply element to element. So that's second row, first column, 1 times 4 plus 0 times -2, 4 plus -2, or 2. Last spot is the bottom right. That's the second row, second column spot. So second row, second column. That's 1 times -3 plus 0 times 5. So -3 plus 0, -3, and you did it. Boom. I know you could do it. All right, last one. So check out the dimensions of the matrices, see if they line up, see if you can multiply it if you can. So there's 2 rows by 3 columns. That's your first matrix. Second matrix is 3 rows by 2 columns. Your middle numbers line up again, 3 and 3. So your resulting matrix will be a 2 by 2. So create your answer matrix, your solution matrix, and then start lining up your elements and multiplying. This is going to go fast. Your first is 2 times 2 plus 1 times 3 plus 1 times negative 2. Simplify. That's a 7 and a negative 2 is a 5. What's that guy? So we had 3 elements this time. It just means you have 3 products to add up once you do those multiplications. I'll give you a second. Try and get ahead of me. I know you can't because there's no way for me to pause this recording, but we're doing it. Next spot, first row, second column. First row, second column. That says 2 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 3 times 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 6. That's 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, so next is your second row, first column spot. It's down here. So second row, first column. Negative 2 times 2 plus 2 times 3 plus 1 times negative 2. Negative 4 plus 6 plus negative 2. So that's a positive 2 there, but then plus with the negative 2 is 0. Last one, second row, second column, second row, second column. That's negative 2 times 1 plus 2 times 2 plus 1 times 2. Negative 2 plus 4 plus 2, so 4. Boom. And this last slide is just to show you that this is where we're headed. I mean, we could set up a system like this. If we multiplied this first matrix and we had it equal to another 1 by 3 or 3 by 1 matrix, this is going to say first row times first column is going to be 1 times x plus 2y minus z is equal to 1. The next row is the second row. You still only have 1 column. So that's 1 times x plus 3 times y plus 2 times z equal to 7. And your last one, as you can see where this is heading, 2 times x plus 6y plus z is 8. And we're not going to go backwards. We're actually going to use matrices to make this more simple for us. So we'll take a system like this, convert it to a matrix, and have it solved for us. So cheers. Happy multiplying.